Welcome back. In this video, we're going to pick up where we left off last, which was the settings and the reading section. So this decides what your home page is and how you configure your blog page. So since this WordPress setup is focused on blogging, your initial home page, you might want to make it look different or have different pieces of content there and then have separate blog posts. So right now, it's saying your latest blog posts will be on the homepage. So let me just hover over this name and then open this in a new tab. And you'll see, again, the homepage has the blog post. And when I click on the blog post itself, I go to that page itself. And then again, that's our single page, or a regular page. So if we want to change this setup, what I could do is I can say, here is my sample page. I want that to be the home page. I'm going to save. Let me get that out of the way. I'm going to save that. Going over to the front end of the website, just reloading it. And you'll see now that the sample page has become my home page. Now I need a way to get to that blog page. So if I come here and create a page, and just name it blog, WordPress will recognize that page as a blog when I configure it under readings and say, show all my blog posts on this page. So I've created the blog page. All I did was just create a page. So here is our sample page. Here is a blog page. You'll notice that it doesn't say anything else right here. We'll come back to this page in just 1 second. So let me go to settings and reading. And here I want to select my blog basic empty page right now, and I'm going to save that. Now, if I go back to my pages, you'll see that this page is now assigned as a posts page, which is the archive page, in other words. So I'm going to go here, click on JazzyWP, reloads the page. So this is my home page, and you'll notice that there is a blog menu here. If I click that, and now we have our blog piece of content shown here. If you had additional pieces of blogging articles, they would all get displayed here. So that's the general concept that you need to understand when we're setting up WordPress. So the overall picture is you have the pages, you have the posts, you go into your reading, and you would decide which one is your home page, which one is your blog page. Again, you don't really have to configure anything except for, how many blog items do you need to display. Let's say you only wanted to show, 6 items, and then it automatically creates a pagination to go to the next page and view additional ones. So this is where you would configure that. And again, discourage search engine. Obviously when you're live with your content, you would remove that, save it. And now when visitors come to your website, search engines will also come to your website, and they'll see that, you're not telling them not to index it, so they will index the page. So as long as it's a public page and search engines come visit your page, they'll probably index it and show them Google search results. So that's the basic concept of a WordPress blog. Obviously, there's a whole lot more that needs to be configured just to make it working. If you noticed in our appearance, we have 2023 theme and then 2022 theme. So these come default in WordPress. So if I were to change this to, I don't want to delete it, I want to activate it. Okay, so if I were to change this theme and go back to my page and reload, now the website has changed. The look and feel has changed. It's not that obvious, but the font, I'm just going to highlight that, and let me go back and activate it. And if I reload, that font and the text font, everything has changed. So the theme decides what the design is, what the typography is, and then additional plugins. We can come in and install thousands and thousands of plugins, and that's where majority of business owners will get stuck or go down that rabbit hole of trying to find a plugin that will meet your certain requirements. And this channel is all about getting the core parts of your website, and then based on your specific need and requirement, we'll do some testing of plugins that I've found to be useful and test them out as we go along, basically, right? Because there are always new versions coming out. There's conflicts happening between different plugins. So that's where WordPress becomes a real challenge to maintain compared to, let's say, if you were on Shopify. Shopify does all of that management and hosting for you. But then there's also the marketplace within Shopify, which does the same thing as, adding new functionality. And then those costs add up just like it would with WordPress setup. So it really depends on your use case. And, considering that we're looking at WordPress, I'm going to focus on some of the foundational stuff. Let me just show you. Here's my screen. 9 pillars from JazzyWP website. So basically, based on my experience, you want to have a foundation that covers backups, security, and it addresses your integration requirements. So, like if you are selling something, who is going to be your payment provider? Who do you use for your email marketing? So all of those things should be the foundation that you build on, and then you go into the funnel building and driving traffic and maintaining the content. All of that comes into ease of use, searchable, and then marketing. All of those things fall under your funnel, growing your business. And then the growth part comes in where you actually have the e-commerce part, or if you're taking one-off payments, depending on your business model. Again, e-commerce might not be the right word for, let's say, coaching and consulting, but you do take payments, right? So there are ways to make that easier. Analytics, and then obviously making your website fast and easy to access. So those are like my overall 9 pillars, where any plugin that I try, I'm considering, has to fit into one of these core pillar. If it doesn't, then you have to question, is it really needed, right? Because you don't want to go down the rabbit hole of just adding plugins for the sake of adding plugins because something is nice and cool. Does it meet your goal when it comes to managing the website, keeping it lean and mean? And as long as you stick to these, I think you would have a pretty good foundation. Okay, so in my next video, I will look at some of the themes that are available to us, and the one that I use for majority of the websites. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.